Welcome everyone back to the European Journeyman. In today's episode, we are potentially playing 3 games, but could just be 2. Depends how it goes on. The first game that we're definitely playing is a league fixture in the Slovenian First Division against Bravo. Potentially, we could be then playing our last game of the season against Domžale. Obviously, we will play it regardless, but I mean on camera. And then for the final game of the season, we are playing the Slovenian Cup final against Maribor. Maribor are down in 6th. What that means is we are currently 4 points below Olympia. If we don't win today against Bravo, or Olympia win their game, which they are playing Copa, who are 4th, so definitely not a guarantee. If they win, then we can't win the title. We are absolutely at least finishing 2nd with 2 games to go. There is no doubt about that. So what that means is 2nd would get Europa League, unless the winner of the Cup, which would be either us or Maribor, isn't 2nd. Now, obviously, we would be 2nd in that case. So if we win the Cup, we get Europa League. Basically, we are probably playing for Europa League now. So we really need a bit of a miracle that Olympia do not win today. If they draw, that means obviously there would then be a 2-point gap, which is very, we could surmount that on the final day. Ideally, they lose and we're just 1 point behind. I think it's probably a little bit unlikely. They've been on a really good run. I expect them to win today. They barely lose and they barely draw. They win most of their games. You'd expect them to win. If that is the case, then the Domžale game, which is last game of the season, really means nothing. So we'll just play that off camera and we'll come back for the Slovenian Cup final. If we don't win today, then again, it doesn't really mean anything. We will obviously play the Slovenian Cup final. If we do lose that and Maribor win, the situation then changes to where only top 3 get Europe in the league, and we won't get Europa League qualification. We will get Conference League. So it's all to play for, but we'll just take it as it comes in terms of scenarios. The first job is to beat Bravo. So this is the team that we're going to go with to try and accomplish that. We've got Kursija in goal, back 4 of Agu, Moretti, Kavelj and Danutso. Midfield 2 of Faye and Goranak. Diarra on the right, Emre Moore on the left because Pajaro is suspended. And then Zizek and Vogrincic up top. Murillo and Iberiso back from their injuries, back on the bench. Obrejon is able to actually be on the bench today because Pajaro is suspended, so he's out the squad. Egan Riley is out injured and will probably miss the rest of the season. It is only a couple of weeks, but that's all we've got left of the season. So this is really important. Emre Moore getting a rare start on the left-hand side. He's probably a little bit better on the right, but he's not really been all that anyway. He is clearly a failed wonder kid for a reason. Olympia, of course, are playing 4th, so quite a, definitely a tougher game for them. We are playing 8th. What we will do is just get the latest scores on. We won't because there's a highlight already, and it is Emre Moore to take it down. The first thing we need to do is win our game. Before we start worrying about other scores, we need to win our game. And Agu on the right-hand side plays it to Vogrincic, who puts us 1-0 up nice and early. We are doing our part, so we will pause the game once we get out of this. We will chuck latest scores on just to see where Olympia are winning already. Olympia are winning already. Okay, we need a bit of a miracle. We need them not to win, which, given their history, is not likely. If they win today, then we can't win the league, which would mean no Champions League qualifications. Olympia would then, of course, get into the Champions League qualifications, and then we need to win our cup game. Otherwise, we're in the Conference League qualifications, which, worst case scenario, we're in Conference League. That's still a big achievement for us. We've done really well this season. Obviously, the board just wanted us to avoid relegation, which is the bottom spot, really. The second last obviously plays a playoff. Our objective, obviously, was to get top 4. We've done much better than that. We've been in a title race. Unfortunately, we've just lacked a little bit of consistency. Excuse me, a little bit of consistency near the end of the season. Probably dropped too many points. And it's led to Olympia going on a bit of a run. They weren't really ever in the shout for the challenge for the title, to be honest. Oh, I thought we just had a moment there. Oh, no, what's happening? Oh, it's not happening. Copa did equalise, but then Olympia just scored 2 back-to-back goals. We need Copa to score 2 and Olympia not to score anymore. I don't think they're going to lose. So the best we can hope for is a draw. I don't know why I told them it was unacceptable. We're winning 1-0. It's actually quite acceptable. We will make a change. Shabu's going to come on. Emre Moore's awful. He's really bad. There's a couple of these higher rated players, valuation-wise in the squad that... Olympia have gone 4-1 up, right? That's it. we're not going to do the last game of the season. It is over, and Bravo might even score here and really, really rub it in. But that is very disappointing. Oh, and they have as well. Bravo equalised, so we're not even doing our part now. Got a frog in my throat. Really, really disappointing from us to go behind Olympia, wrapping up the league title in style, beating Copa 4-1. Yeah, really disappointing from us. We've obviously not been at it today. Got off to a decent start, but yeah, just not really kicking on. We will bring Obrejon on. He obviously needs a little bit of game time. We'll do a couple little bits of business here. So we'll move Agu onto the left. We'll put Moretti onto the right. And then we will bring Bernardo on at centre-back. And then we'll bring Irabiso on as well. Why not? Let's just make all the changes. We need a goal. Not that it really matters, but we don't want to go into the cup final game losing games. You want to go in winning as many games as possible. Maribor are losing. They are down in 6th, so you would fancy us as the team that finished higher in the league to go and get a win there. But again, we are just very inconsistent. I mean, this is a team that's been close to getting relegated. Now, obviously, with only 10 teams in the league, it's very close, oh my God, I thought there was a winner there. It's very close, You're not talking a lot of difference in the league position between being in Europe and being in a relegation playoff. But we do whip one in, and I thought we just got a winner there. I thought Bernardo maybe got his head to it. Unfortunately, it does go wide. Murillo now swings one in, and it will land to the head of Bernardo. Is he onside, though? He is onside. No VAR check or anything. Bernardo finishes it off. Lovely stuff, getting another goal onto his tally to make it 2-1. Olympia do make it 5-1, so yeah, absolutely no chance of anything crazy happening there. We do win our game, so we did do our part in the end. We probably were the better team. Now I've actually sat back, looked at the stats. We probably were the better team today, so good stuff. But unfortunately, we couldn't do. We needed to hope, we needed to pray, and it didn't come off. So unfortunately, we have not won the league. Second is confirmed, but that doesn't actually mean anything unless we can win the cup. Because unfortunately, I wish we were playing Olympia in the final, because then either way we would get Europa League. But not the case. We have confirmed Conference League, of course. Maribor can't get Europe in the league, so they really need to win the cup, sorry. It's between Copa and Illuminage. Kelge obviously have the other spot, so could be Europa League, could be Conference League. It will be, at worst, Conference League second qualifying round. So that is a little bit better than the first qualifying round, so we will be a little bit further on, get a little bit more money. But ideally, we'd go into the Europa League, which we need to win the cup for. The cup last season, of course, won by second division side, who they started so it's the first round of Europe, but if you lose that, you go into the second round of Conference League, which you might be asking, well, why would you want to even go into Europe then? More money. There's more money for going out. So if you lose in the first qualifying leg, it's always really hard to figure it out. You get 85k just for being in it, but you'll get money just for being in the Europa League, and then you'll get money for like these Conference League ones. So they actually got through this round, the second round, which is 300k for going out. So when did they go out? When did they actually go out? Because we can pretty much predict how much money they made. So they went out in the third qualifying round, which is fair enough, to Basel. So they got 472k. I mean, that's a good chunk of money. And there's obviously money and sometimes sponsorship for being in Europe. So it's definitely worth it. We're going to be in it in some capacity. I would hope if we got into the Europa, we would actually get past the first round, and then you're talking like third, fourth round of Conference League. But yeah, it's too many permutations. We'll play Domžale off camera, and then we'll come back for the cup final. So we are back for our second and final game of the season. We are in the final of the Slovenian Cup. We drew our last league game of the season to Domžale. So in the end, we finished a good 6 points behind Olympia. So in the end, it is what it is. We have confirmed Europa Conference League second knockout round at the very, very least. That is what that is the least of what we've confirmed. Financially, oh my God, I can't stop burping. Financially, the club is a little bit under the cosh. We are 650k in the red, and that's after getting 250k from finishing second. We do have some sponsorship, which should wipe out some of that as well, but we'll still be about nearly 400k in debt, so I don't really know what the board's going to have to pull their finger out and put some money in the club. I think next season will be fine, because we'll bring some money in from Europe. But this season, it's been tough. It has been tough. We've actually made quite a bit of money in the transfer market as well, 250k. Now, yes, we have signed a lot of players, so we've spent a fair bit on wages, but that's their fault for giving me such a budget. If it didn't work, why did they even give me the budget? But, whatever, we've made it work. We've obviously done really well. So obviously that was Von Grincic's last game for the club, was the Domžale game, because he can't play in this final because of the fact that he's on loan from Maribor. Egan Riley's still injured, and Obrejon can't get in the squad because we've already got 3 EU players. This is the team we're going with for the cup final. So again, the scenario is we need to win this to get Europa League. Otherwise, we are in the Conference League qualifiers. Now, obviously, we are not expecting to go through all the way through the Europa League qualifiers, but you never quite know. You never know. I've had good success with poor teams in the qualifiers before, so you never quite know. But this is the team we're going with. I'm not the happiest with the striking 2, but they are our 2 best goal scorers in the league. Irabiso with 15. A lot of them have come against poor opposition in the cup. If we take a look at his stats, 8 in the however many games that is in the league, 7 in 4 in the cup. So a lot of those goals, he looks like he scored a lot, but a lot of those came against lower league teams. So this is the team we're going with for the cup final. Again, we really want to win this, because if we don't win it, we'll be getting the Conference League, and then Maribor will actually be the ones in Europa League qualifiers. But this is the team we're going with. Kursija in goal, back 4 of Agu, Moretti, Kavelj, and Danuzzo. Midfield of Fey and Murillo. He's coming back into the squad. He is my preferred centre mid. Diarra on the right, Pajaro on the left, Zizek and Irabiso up top. Shaibu, obviously a game changer, could even bring Bernardo on as well. And we already mentioned the players who are missing out. You never know, this could be Emre Mor's chance to get his first goal for the club, or Goranak. So this is the scenario. We know the dealio. We have to go and win it. Obviously Maribor finished around 6th or 7th, so not the best season from them, but they're going to hope to basically right the wrongs of the season and get the win here. Big attendance, you never know. I think there might be some money for getting to the final as well, for winning it and going out, so that might help us a little bit as well. You would think we would get some of the money from the attendance as well. We do not get big attendances at the club, which is probably one of the reasons why finances are so shocking. Our capacity is about 500 people, so there's no money coming in from games, so we need to get it from other sources. But all of that doesn't matter. All that matters is that we win this, get the Europa qualifiers, not conference, and then we'll get a little bit more money, and a chance to get into Europa League as well. And I thought we'd went 1-0 up there. It was a good ball in from Agu, but unfortunately it does go over. And this is, of course, Tabor Sezena's first ever cup final, according to the game. If there's any Sezana fans out there, please correct me if I'm wrong. But this is the first Slovenian cup final. Obviously, the club, more of a second and third tier club, historically not a first division club. I don't think they've ever been in the first division as well. Maribor, of course, no stranger to a cup final. They've won plenty of these in their time. They may have won it the most out of anyone. Don't really know. Quite a boring final so far. We've had the one very poor highlight, and that's really been about it. We have not done much at all. We are going to rattle the boys, tell them to take it up a massive gear, because we need to go and win this. We want to go and win this. You do see cup finals like this, though, where it's just very tense. Nothing really happening. You need someone to make a moment of magic, and perhaps it's this now. Murillo whips it in. It is cleared, but Zizek's got all the time in the world to do something with it. Not really sure what he's going to do. Fey plays it back to Moretti, the centre-back, linking up with Zizek. Moretti on the right-hand side for some reason. Plays it to Fey, Moretti swings it in. Pajaro, back stick. Not the players you want. You've got our centre-back and a ball-winning midfielder trying to be creative. I don't know what's happening. Diarra now, though, to swing the corner in. All we need is the one. At the minute. It is 0-0. Maribor not doing much themselves, so we don't want to tempt them into doing much. XG-wise, they're slightly better, but they haven't had a shot on target, so I don't know how that could be the case. 60 minutes in, it's not looking great from Diarra. It's not looking great from any of the boys, to be honest. I'm thinking maybe we need to make a little bit of a change. Diarra wins it back, though. Good stuff there. Moretti into Fey. We will see this highlight out before we make any changes. Murillo into Irabiso. It's a lovely ball to Pajaro. 1-on-1, and Pajaro scores in off the post. John David Pajaro, obviously bit of a hero at this club, was here when we first joined in the second division. He stayed with us in the first division. He's been very good in the second division. Took a little while to get going, but he has started to get going now in the first division, and he's a player I'm very happy to keep at the club. I thought while I was doing this little victory speech, Maribor had scored, but thankfully they haven't. But it is another highlight, and it's another set piece from us, but it actually comes straight back out to a Maribor player, and Maribor look to get themselves going forward, and they do catch us on the counter here, and it looks like it could be their highlight. Over the top to Shuk. Shuk misses, but the rebound comes out to Bozic, and he does score. No one offside. It is level, 1-1. It's very poor from us because it was our set piece. It was our set piece where it came from. Right, Murillo is looking tired. Of course, he's not doing too well. We'll bring Bernardo on as well. Kavelj on a yellow. We'll bring Goranak on. What a time it will be for his first goal. Unfortunately, I can't really take any of the other boys off. The one thing we don't have is a lot of bench options. We are quite limited, so we'll leave the two that we've got. This is a tight affair. I think next goal probably wins it. And I've got a bad feeling it isn't going to be us. You never know. We could be going to extra time and penalties, though. But it is a highlight, and it is Maribor to take it. And they've done well. I thought they were going to lose it there. I thought it was going to be our highlight. But no, they've still got the ball. Could be anything, though, because they are going all the way back to their goalkeeper. Recycling up, but Maribor still on the ball. Hoping to see a mistake or something here. Goalkeeper took a little bit of time there, but unfortunately nothing comes of it. They play it out wide, playing it around. They're not really going for it, are they? But we don't really want it. I'm not trying to egg them on. I'm just saying, it's a lovely pass. It's really good stuff from Maribor. They're playing it around us really, really well. And repass shoots. Thankfully, Kurcija well behind it to keep it out. Pushes it out for a corner. Maribor to take the corner. About 7 minutes plus added time left of the game. Really taking their time on it. Whipping it in. Back post, well cleared from Bernardo. One thing he can do is get up there, but Suk has picked up the ball, the goal scorer, plays it back across goal, but no one there. Kurcija to take, and we will make a couple changes now that things are starting to slow down from our point of view. We will take Diarra off, who's looking tired. We'll bring Shaibu on, who scored plenty. Unfortunately, we can't really do much else. We'll have to leave it as it is. I do want to get Emre Mor on, but I don't really want to take Pajaro off because he is a goal scorer, and we've seen that already. Still 1-1. We could be going to extra time anyway. And I think we are probably going to extra time. We are going to extra time, so we do want to make that final change. Probably now. I'm going to tell the boys it's not good enough. Emre Mor. Pajaro is absolutely shattered. He's got to come off. He's got to come off. We'll put Shaibu on the left. Emre Mor on his natural position on the right. Come on, Mor. We need to see something from him. Pajaro, goal scorer. He's done really well. Can't say much of the same for many of the other players. It's been a tight run affair. Really has. Could be coming down to penalties, so we definitely want to keep Danuto on the pitch because he is a master of the penalties. But we do have a highlight, and it is potentially our highlight. Zizek plays it to Agu. Can we just get this goal to get us the win? Agu whips it into Shaibu, just doesn't really get anything on it. He does follow up. Danuto just heads it back into no one for some reason, and it could be a counter-attack here. It came from such a strong position for us, and they do play it over, and we are light at the back. Maribor coming forward. Goranak wins it back, but doesn't. Plays it in. Oh my god, I don't know what's happening. Shaibu plays it on the counter. It's a terrible ball, but Shaibu will pick it back up. Shaibu, can he find a pass? He does. Zizek into Emre Mor. Can he get his first goal for the club? Oh, he can't. He smashes it wide. Emre Mor, what a chance it would have been. What a moment to get his first goal for the club, but not to be. Second half, it's still on the cards. He could do it. Oh, Emre Mor, he's been such a disappointment, but we just need something from him. If he scores here and he gets us it, it's all worth it. If not, it's not. Not long left, though. Really not long left. They've had an injury. They're actually down to 10 men, but I don't think we're going to have enough time to take advantage of it. 2 minutes added time. Oh, boys, I think it's going to penalties. There's a lot of added time. It has gone to penalties. Of course, Danuto's taken the first one. That is not up for debate. Alisson Faye's actually got some good stats on him. So even though he's a DM, I'm going to put him on. We're going to put Zizek on second, though, because he is a striker. We'll put Alisson Faye on. I'm not feeling good about Goranak. I'm really not. But he's got good composure. So I'm actually going to put Emre Mor's going nowhere near these penalties. Nowhere near them. We'll put Irabiso on. We'll put Goranak as fifth. Then Emre Mor can go on. Then, we'll just shove the rest on. Shaibu, Good player, terrible penalty taker. Bernardo, Moretti, and then, of course, your boy Kazija. They all look composed. They all look confident. Okay, that one didn't. At least it didn't change them. All right, penalties. It's a lottery now. It's all down to who can keep composed. Maribor take the first, and they do score. I have, however, seen Kurcija save a few penalties over the season, so I am holding a little faith. Danuto never misses. Oh my god, I thought he'd missed that one. He doesn't. It was very weird from the Maribor goalkeeper. He kind of went to one side, then came back over, but Danuto usually goes bottom corner. Didn't that time. Oh, Kurcija went so early there. So early. 2-1 to Maribor. Zizek needs to score to keep us level. It's a short run-up. I don't like those, but in this case, it has worked. 2-2. The penalties are just so thick and fast. They just come so quick. Maribor to take their third. And it's saved by Kurcija. He reads him like a book. Stays down the middle. Faye with a chance to put us 1 goal up in the shootout. And he does. I thought it had just been saved, but it doesn't. It goes in. We are leading. A big save here would really, really help us out, Kurcija. And he doesn't manage to make it. It was a good penalty. Bottom corner. 3-3. Irabiso. Pressure on to keep us in front. Irabiso steps up and smashes it in. Come on. 4-3. It's death time now for Maribor. They need to score. This is apparently, I don't know if I read this right, but statistically, this is the penalty that's missed the most. The one that's to keep you in it, not to win it. The one to win it actually gets scored quite a lot. Maribor to take, and it's saved! I told you, statistically, it gets in their head. They need to score to stay in. They can't do it. We have won on penalties. Come on, Slovenian Cup winners, Tabor, Sezana, and that of course means we are in the Europa League qualifiers. Maribor, no Europe at all. Whoever's in fourth will be celebrating as well because they'll be in the Conference League qualifiers. If they wouldn't have been anything had Maribor won. And I'm sure they actually lost the final last season to the second division side. They're having no luck in the cup at the minute, but we are. And we've won our first trophy. Well, our first top domestic trophy in the save. Of course, we won the Slovenian second division, but in terms of the top cups in the country that we're managing in, this is the first proper major that we've won. Obviously not a real major, like an FA Cup or something like that, but you know what I mean. Slovenian Cup in our grasp. Oh my God. It's all gone wacky. Don't know what that's happening there, but we have won. Lovely stuff. And we do, of course, like I say, get into the qualifiers. Well done, boys. Did really well in the penalties. I told you Kurcija could save a few. I did say, man of the match, Kurcija. No one else really did that good. Brilliant stuff, boys. Absolutely over the moon. We've won it. Not really that good on the day. It was one of those very, very tight cup finals, but we do win it. We do lift the Slovenian Cup. We only got 70k for winning it. Oh, my God. Nevertheless, we're happy we've won. We have... Oh, my God. What did we... Oh, we paid out 10k. We only really got 60k. We have qualified for the Europa League, though, which is great. And like I say, that does mean the third and fourth get Conference League. Maribor get nothing. Did they actually lose last season? Let's have a look. Yeah, they did. They've been runner-up 4 years in a row. Wow, that is brutal. The last time they won it was 2015-16. Then they were 2018-19 runners-up. And then from 22-23 to now, they have been runners-up every single time. Olympia winning 2, Rogashka winning 1, and then us winning 1. The first one in the club's history. Where do I see the history? There we go, Slovenian Cup. First one in. Obviously, we won the first Slovenian second league for them as well. And that's another notch on our profile. Doesn't really help our reputation, but if you go to the Hall of Fame, you can kind of see your little score. That's went up now to 79. If we look at English, we are still quite a way off getting into that one. And we're not too far, actually, of getting into the best Slovenian managers of all time. Another cup. And we're probably in, another cup or a league, and we're in there. So... that's got to be the aim next season. We've got to improve. We will be in the Europa League, of course. Financially, that does help us out a little bit. We got a little bit of money from gate receipts as well. So balance down to 500k in the negative. Plus this, probably be about 200k after season tickets. Obviously, there isn't much there. But yeah, so hopefully the board invests a little bit of money. Hopefully budget. I've not seen anything on budgets. So I'm wondering, hopefully they're not going to be slashed. But yeah, so that'll do it. That'll do it for this episode. Brilliant stuff. We will be in the Europa League next season, first qualifiers, and that's probably going to be next episode. So next episode will, of course, be a transfer special. We will, of course, take a look at the leagues and potentially load in some new ones via the wheel, and we will probably play the qualifiers, or at least a round of them in the transfer special as well, because they do come quite early in the season. So, but we'll figure it all out. We will figure it all out. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the European Journeyman, and I will see you all for more very soon.